How does this sorry saga play out, Paul? What do you think is going to happen between the two families?
I think there's an enormous rift now between the two families. It's going to end in tears.
The truth was, I wasn't sure that I belonged. Oh, I doubted myself, and I wondered if I was good enough to even be there.
Though Harry and Meghan fled the royal family for a second chance at the private life they always wanted, the world refused to let them go quietly. Despite their escape, the media's continued attention caused a barrage of headlines, flaring up rumour after scandalous rumour about the couple and the royal family.
All the way through this relationship, we've seen examples of Harry trying to protect Meghan from the scrutiny. You have to remember, Meghan comes in the legacy of Princess Diana, and Harry saw the way his mother was treated by the press. And I think he's very keenly aware of how that happened and ensuring that that doesn't happen to Meghan.
One of the criticisms that you've received is that, well, okay, fine, you want to move to California, you want to step back from the institutional role, why be so public? You say you tried to do this privately.
And every single time I've tried to do it privately, there have been briefings and leakings and planting of stories against me and my wife.
In order to set the record straight, they decided to tell their own side of the story, giving a tell-all series of interviews, podcasts, and Netflix documentary series.
She's becoming a royal rock star.
And then
Everything changed. There's a hierarchy of the family. You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories.
There was a war against Meghan to suit other people's agendas.
It's about hatred. It's about race.
It's a dirty game. The pain and suffering of women marrying into this institution, this feeding frenzy.
I realized they're never going to protect you.
I was terrified. I didn't want history to repeat itself.
I think there's a sort of sense of both disappointment and exasperation at the palace that the couple feel the need to keep going on about how miserable they were in their royal existence. At the same time, the couple feel that they need to keep telling the world why they left.
You'll watch that series and think, the royal family need looking after, they've come out of it better, or you'll be on the side of Harry and Meghan and think, wow, they had to put up with a lot and I'm on their side.
Unlike anything seen before from the royal family, perhaps the only close in comparison to the intimate details shared by the couple is the panorama interview that Princess Diana gave in 1995.
Cope with your new status on your own. Do you feel that was your experience?
Yes, I do, on reflection. But then here was a situation which hadn't ever happened before in history, in the sense that the media were everywhere. And here was a fairy story that everybody wanted to work. And so it was isolating, but it was also a situation where you couldn't indulge in feeling sorry for yourself. You had to either sink or swim, and you had to learn that very fast.
But eclipsing all of the revelations shared previously, in January 2023, Harry will release his controversial and much anticipated autobiography, Spare. Less than a week away from the official publication date, here's what we know so far.
You know, the monarchy finds itself in a moment of turmoil, flux and a genuine crisis because, of course, this has opened up a Pandora's box. There are so many wider issues at stake. The future of the monarchy, this streamlined monarchy that you keep hearing people talking about. What does that actually look like?
A lot of you tonight have told me you have my back. Well, I'm also here to tell you I've always got yours.
On the 10th of January 2023, Prince Harry's autobiography, Spare, will be released. This highly anticipated book tells his side of the story from the very beginning and promises lurid detail about his life. But only days before its release in the UK, a leaked copy of the book surfaced, with copies going on sale early in Spain.
Here there is that Prince Harry once believed Diana faked her own death to escape press.
From the leaked Spanish copy, news outlets in the UK have shared that in Spare, Harry recounts how he was allegedly physically attacked by his older brother, Prince William. Going into never-heard-before detail, he describes how their relationship fell apart over Harry's relationship with Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. In a moment of high emotion, Harry states William called Meghan difficult, rude and abusive. Harry shares how William grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, and knocked me to the floor. This account of the altercation ends with William's suggestion to keep it from Meghan, and although Harry kept it to himself, Meghan noticed bruises on his back. He recalls, she wasn't that surprised and wasn't all that angry, and instead she was terribly sad. Other revelations of the book reveal that Harry killed 25 people while serving in Afghanistan, and admits that he took cocaine aged 17. Harry also recounts fond memories of his time with his mother and his late grandmother, Queen Elizabeth. He is said to describe immensely private conversations. Prince Harry also mentions attending his grandfather's funeral, after which his father, King Charles III, asks William and Harry not to make his life a misery. Further claims suggest William and Kate helped Harry choose the infamous Nazi costume he wore to a party in 2005, which he described in their Netflix documentary as one of the biggest mistakes in my life. In a sit-down interview due to be released before the book, Harry shares his wish to be a part of the family again.
Prince Harry has told ITV that he wants his father and brother back, saying he wants to be part of a family, not an institution. The palace will be bracing itself for more revelations when his memoir, Spare, is published next week, as the King's coronation year begins with no apparent prospect of healing the royal rift.
I would like to get my father back. I would like to have my brother back. They've shown absolutely no willingness to reconcile. They feel as though it's better to keep us somehow as the villains.
I think that the general public, the public at large, would be amazed if they knew the level of manipulation and negotiation that goes on between the royal households and tabloid editors and newspaper editors.
Just as Buckingham Palace didn't respond after 6 hours of Harry and Meghan's Netflix series, nor have they responded today to this very short clip from ITV. The palace knew the start of 2023 would be dominated by some potentially difficult questions in Harry's book, but now they have 2 interviews to contend with on either side of the Atlantic.
As revelations continue to emerge, it remains unknown whether Prince Harry will attend his father's coronation in May, and if it will be possible to rectify their relationship.
To be, I suspect, an element of whinging in this book, which I think, we've kind of got the message now. And if he was to come out with some deep, dark secrets about the royal family that we don't know, I would think that would reflect very badly on him.
Amazing and surprising and fantastic if this book put that all to rest and said from now on we're going to be a family. It's quite okay for Harry and Meghan to live in America, but to come over here and be part of the family in the holidays.
Here we see Harry reaching out emotionally, suggesting that he wants his father and his brother back. So on that level, perhaps a scope for reconciliation, but no contrition on his part. And all of this now builds towards, the prospect of the gathering of the family, of the firm at the coronation in May. So this couldn't have come at a worse time.
Rumours aside, all will be laid bare on Tuesday with the official release of Harry's autobiography in the UK.